Last summer, we had our youth intake, and it was probably our best one in a couple of years, as you can see from what you're being shown before you. However, we've now gotten to the end of the season, and there might be a big thing happening, so let's go to that, shall we? The first game we had was in the Ekstraklasa, and we had to come from behind against our opponents, Resolutes, and we weren't really at our best here, quite frankly. Even though we had better opportunities and twice the much XG, we just didn't feel like a team that was going to win this game, and we're very lucky we equalised. Adrian Wusic coming on from the bench to get the late goal proved that maybe I rotated a little too much, or I did not rotate and we just had the best team out at the time. They just couldn't get the job done, but we survived and we haven't lost, so there's that, I suppose. Broadbent Nordsisa was the next game we had, and we honestly were very lucky to get away with a point again. They missed a penalty that we only scored thanks to a honestly, I can only describe as a calamitous and hilarious own goal. The fact it took that own goal to get us to share the spoils, and we did not look good otherwise, was a reason to feel concerned, but again, we've not lost. I can't be upset. The next team we took on was against Wrocław, and we won 2-0. It was a good result here as far as I was concerned. It was nice to see the likes of Kowalski getting some goals, and once again proving he's a good quality striker. But seeing the likes of Bartłomiej Dawidovic getting a goal as well, for what I think was his first ever goal at the time for us, was really good, and it just made me happy to see our young striker or young winger playing a game and getting a goal. He came as a swinger, yeah, I remember now. He came as a winger and found himself scoring the second goal. It was just good to see him score. It eased any concerns I had about him not being able to score, and it was good to get another win as well. But then we lost in the Puskopolski, and yeah, that wasn't fun. The fact it was like a Wrocław, who had been really good against in recent times, probably made this a bit more disappointing, but they were the better team. They just did much better than we did, and this defeat had been coming for a while. We just hadn't really played well in a lot of games, and we finally just came against a team that was actually capable of taking the chances. So we're out at the semi-final of the cup, and I guess we've got just the league to look forward to now, I suppose. But then we took on Jagiellonia Bostow, and we were really good. I think this might have been our best performance in a while. Kowalski getting a brace showed that we had a good player, and we just, once they got, well, that wasn't even a red card that solved the game. Once we just got the opening goal, it just felt like things opened up from here, and it was just, you know, when you things just go your way and you know it, you can just see it going your way. It was just really pleasant to see that the opening goal from Jako Solinski gave us the opening chance, and once we got that goal, we just got the second goal quickly after that, and we just showed that we were really good. So a good performance either way to come back from our cup defeat. But then we took on Zagłębie Lublin, and we beat them by 0-0. They've been really good in the league this year. I think they're falling off the pace now a little bit, but we've definitely shown up quality, and once we got past that stage, we were looking really good, and the opening goal absolutely settled the nerves, and once we had that, after they had an opening flurry of momentum, not chances according to the XG table, we just never looked back, and we could have made it 2-0 late on, but we didn't. But we won either way. But then we took on Lechia Gdańsk, and oh my goodness me, this game was a nightmare. This was infuriating. When we are 2-0 up inside 6 minutes, my mind already starts thinking, oh, we're going to win this game, we're going to win this game, we're going to win this game. But then they get a goal back, we make it 3-1 in the 31st minute. I'm thinking, okay, we're good. Then they make it 3-3 with a penalty, and my mind is starting to panic. I switch a few things around, and then we score a winner. So, yay, at last, something had gone right, and it wasn't because of the fact we got lucky, it was because I just made a tactical switch and tinkered something tactically, and it just worked. Oh, it was pleasant. It was really pleasant. But the one person I really got a shout out is Alexander Wilczuk. He got 3 assists in this game and absolutely earned his keep, and I might have started giving him more first team football as a result of this performance, but 3 assists is not something I could just look at and think, I'm dropping you now. I've got to really give him another game, haven't I? Let's be honest. Then we took a Cracovia and we won 2-0. Another game where we relied on late goals, but really, apart from maybe a few chances that towards the end, they never really looked like they were part of the game, and seeing us do as well as we did was really useful, and it just gave me confidence that we can do well in the league this year. But then we took on Rakov, Częstochowa, and oh, this was bad. I say it's bad because we should never allow ourselves to be in this position where we could lose this game, having to come from behind twice here. Kowalski and Davidowski just really proven himself again to be a very, very valuable player right now. My word, was he useful. Oh. Kowalski and Davidowicz was really good in this game. Davidowicz, again, for a player that I was on and on about really throwing on the team this year and have given him some bench appearances, he's really coming and made himself a hero to me, because now that equaliser might have been the most important equaliser he'll ever score for one reason and one reason alone. We are top of the table right now, and we have a winner-take-all situation with our opponents in the last game of the year. Śląsk Wrocław are the team we're taking at home in the last game of the year. I'm going to give you a heads up here now. I recorded the footage of this game, but I'm going to have to do some commenting over it, so it's not going to be live, but you're going to see exactly what happened in the highlights that were presented to us. So, how do we get on against our title rivals for the season? Did we win our first league title in 6 years and our third league title to save? Let's find out. So, we're at the last game of the season, and we're going to make some changes. We've got a few injuries and suspensions to worry about, but Davidowicz is going to start this game. I have a lot of faith after what he's been doing recently. But yes, we have a few suspensions and injuries to worry about. So not all the players that I want to be using are going to be available for the match. Hopefully, that will not be cause us an issue going forward. And if we do have issues, we can come back and get a win either way. So yes, the team we're picking up today is a very strong team. Bolak is not available. I believe he got suspended or injured, so he's not available for this game. And the defending champions are going to try and defend their crown by beating us today. They need a win. We just need a draw. So as long as we don't lose, we're the champions. And as far as I'm concerned, that is something we can definitely do. So yes, let's see how we do in this match. First part of the game, there's a free kick, and Davidowicz has got a goal. Well, we have the opening goal. It feels like the referee's going to call for an offside potentially, but is this even offside? I don't think it is, personally. It's more of whether or not Smotter was offside, but it's not offside, and the goal has been given. Davidowicz has got his fourth of the season. The keeper spilled it, and Davidowicz gets there first. It's 1-0. Another highlight now, and a throw, and Davidowicz has been the star of the season since he's come into the team, and we're looking to do well again. And hopefully we can do something here. Here's Marcel, finds Kanik, and here's Supreme. Marcel again plays in the middle, and Davidowicz goes for goal, and it's over the bar. Corner this time, and we've got to defend it. Hopefully we will, and I'd rather not have to worry about anything going against us here. But UAB, it's just one of the posts. Okay, that's better, and that was the first time I really had a bit of momentum on their side. So throw to us, and we are going to take off Davidowicz. I think he's definitely injured, and hopefully it won't be an issue we need to worry about so much. But we've got the ball here. Kanik finds Adrian, and it's just a nice situation where we've got a lead. We've got everything in our hands right now, and as long as we don't concede, we're fine. And if we get the opening goal, the second goal will be fine. But Kowalski goes for goal, and it's in. But is he offside? It's the second time I've had an offside call, and the referee said the call for an offside, but I think we should be fine. No, we're not. It's offside, apparently. What was the call? Why is he offside in this situation? I'd like to know, but Supreme, he's just got a bit early. If he times his run better, he's going to be fine. So half-time, we're leading, 3 points clear, and we're the champions as things stand. We just need to make sure we get a second goal, or just only draw. We got the head-to-head record on our side. So even if we draw, we are the champions regardless. So let's see how we can continue on. So it's now a chance for us, very early days, 4 minutes, 5 minutes into the second half, and I'd like to think we can do well, but you never know at this situation in time. But here's Polak and Kowalski, chance, goes for goal, he scored, and it's the third time that referees had to call for an offside or had to go to VAR to ask if this is offside or not. I don't think it's offside this time. I think we've got the call, and we do. It is actually a 2-0 lead now, and we are leading comfortably. So, can we continue this is the question. I think we can definitely continue this, and could he have brought a pass? Maybe, but why waste a chance he was presented with? How close was this to being offside though is the question I think I want to know the answer to. He was never off. He was nowhere near to being offside. So, a throw to us, and we've got 20 minutes left. We're going to try and do something here, and it's not the chance we're looking for. Piaton denied, and we should get this first, and we're being very, very good in this game. You would have never thought that we have not got our best team out there, but we've got an opportunity now, and Kanonic headed the ball away, though. I think if we give something up to the defending champions, we will be struggling, but we should be fine, and given that we've been so good here. But that's the first time I've really seen us make a mistake since the early chance in the first half, and hopefully Kola is not going to make us pay, and they're actually calling this? That's not a penalty, sure, there's no way this is a penalty. If it was a foul, that's very, very harsh. I don't think it's going to be a foul though, personally. And it's not been given. Okay, thank goodness they saw some sense. So they got a chance again, and I feel like the close call for penalties actually started to swing momentum on their side, and Kola over the bar. Okay, another chance now, and it feels like they've got momentum on their side, but we got the ball now. We've made some changes, and Kowalski with a chance. He's hit the post, though. That could have been a chance to kill the game off. Okay, so now another highlight, and it's the 90th minute, almost over. So as long as you don't make a mistake, we'll be fine. But Diaz is in. He's got to go and try for goal, and that is easy for Novak to deal with. And we're going to start time wasting here now. We don't need to rush this now. We can just take our time and go forward. And there's another highlight almost immediately after the changes have come in. Or they're not even being made, actually, the changes. But here's Polak. Goes for goal, and it's over. Okay. So now the changes have come in, and we are definitely going to time waste a bit more. And we've got a 2-goal lead. We don't need to worry about this at all. As long as we survive the next minute and a half, we'll be good. And I genuinely am excited for what is going to happen here. We've got an opportunity, but we've given the ball away needlessly. Not good defending on our part. Not good build-up play at all. And the Polly's play across, and it's a goal? Patrick scored an own goal. Okay, that's all good. We're going to need to tell the players to focus here, because that was not good defending. We gave the ball away needlessly, and we should never have given the ball away at all. But the Polly plays it across, and it's just unfortunate it's tickled in, and the keeper was completely wrong-footed by it. And here we are. We've won the game. The title is ours. And despite the own goal very late on, we were not to be deterred. We are not going to lose out at all. We are going to be champions for the third time in our history, for the third time in the save. And we're going to watch the trophy lift. It's a good thing to know that we are back on top in Poland after a 6-year absence. It's really, really nice to know that we're back and that we have something to aim for next year to defend our crown for the second time in our history. We've done it before. We went back-to-back winners very early on in the save in the 29 and 30. The question now is, can we do it again in the mid-30s? And given how well we did, I am very, very content. Good performance, even if the own goal flattered them a little bit. But yes, the title's ours. We've got the league. What more could I want? So here we are. We are winners. We won the last game of the season, and we are now the champions of Poland for the third time in the save. Beating Śląsk Wrocław, even though we considered a 94th minute own goal, it just tells me that we were actually dominant, and for most part, despite a few spells where they tried their best to do something. We were just dominant and we just never looked like we're going to give up the win. And it's one of those games where everything, apart from the own goal, honestly just went to plan. And it was great. I don't blame Practical though, because it was honestly just unfortunate. And he's definitely not one of the best players we have. So it could have been worse. The player he came on for did worse than he did, even though he didn't score an own goal. But that's beside the point. Still, the Ekstraklasa is ours. We are in the Champions League as champions, which means we should already have one round of fixtures to get through to get to the group stage of the Champions League and to take on some of the best teams in the world. Mostly Europe, but it is also the world, so I'm just going to go with that. Wisla Krakow actually beat Legia in the end in the cup final and by 2-0. It was not even that surprising, to be honest with you, but it could always be easier and it could always be worse. They're in the Europa League. Legia are in the Conference League, so actually, this might be better for us. Still, let's review the season. The league title's ours, and I'm happy about it. Obviously, with no players coming in, mostly just sells at this point, but even then, the sells we made weren't really for big players or good players, and it just makes sense to be happy about it, really. Most of the loans we've done are for players that needed first football to develop. Some players are going to be sold, but again, if you look at some of the names down here, as I scroll through quickly, they are getting first team football, even if some of them are never going to be good enough for the first team, unfortunately, but it's just one of those things. Happily, we don't seem to be affected too badly by the loans we send out. Some players are leaving anyway, but that's beside the point. Season results. The Ekstraklasa is ours. Robert Kowalski getting 15 league goals in the league. The first time in a very long time he hits double figures, so him coming at the form was great, and it shows you just how good we were. The fact that we lost most of our games, in fact, the fact we lost all 4 of our games before the winter break shows you just how good we were after the winter break. And if you look at this, we only drew 5 times. That was literally the worst we did. And that's only 10 points dropped after the winter break. So 15 games, 10 points dropped. You can see why we won the league at the second half of the season, can't you? Still, it would have been poetic if we won the cup as well, but we got to the last 4, so I guess I can't be too upset. So the biggest win of the season was against Legia. We beat them 5-1 twice, home and away, so clearly we know what we can do. The match to remember was the hat-trick that Darius got, and the goal of the season was actually by Kowalski in this game. So let's go and look at this goal, shall we? Oh, I remember this goal. It's a really, really good free kick. I can see why it was a goal of the season. Yeah, that makes sense why it won the goal of the season. Congratulations either way. Finances? Yeah, everything went down because we weren't in Europe, and I think not being in Europe helped us long term. The fact that Novak is actually in the top shirts is big and tells me that yes, we have a good goalkeeper. The fact he's in there is unusual for us. We don't normally have a goalkeeper that good, but hey, we're making money either way. 1.13 million in merchandise sales, so happy days. How we line up was this. The fact that we only had 2 players that didn't get 7.0 in average ratings was really, really good. And it shows you just where we were and just how far we've come in the last year or 2. Accolades, well, it's not surprising that we are doing as well as we are. Bolek getting the player and young player this season was good. Kowalski getting the goal of the season and top goal scorer was also useful. Pavlak getting the most assists was useful as well. Kowalski getting the most player of the match awards was really useful as well. Jasinski, though, having the highest average rating despite the fact he wasn't really our best player at times, is also good. Naida actually completed the most passes per 90 with 99, so it's unusual to get that many goals, but it's good that it's getting better and better. While Shamanchuk has still done big things. He's the only real player left in the team, and he's got the most appearances, 388 now. It's really good to see him do better and better. Kowalski has now got 134 goals. He might be the first player to get 200 goals in the league, potentially, if he survives that long, or if the players that are coming through don't overtake him in how good they're becoming now. But yes, this was a very good season, and we're really happy to see how this has gone. Hopefully, this can get better and better, and we can win another couple of titles. It's the most points we've ever had in the league season, which actually is amazing when you think about it. But yeah, happy days. We've done well here. So supporters, we've actually gained 154,000 more of them. So social media following 511,000 now. I wonder if that plays a part and if we can use that to see when our reputation is going to go up or not. But We've got more fair weather fans as a result of our league win, and for the first time, to my knowledge, we've actually got a waiting list for season tickets, so that's interesting. I didn't think that was a problem until now, but yeah, things are going nicely. And yeah, they want me to play defensively solid football, possession football, high-tempo pressing football, and entertaining football, developing players using the youth system, attempting to avoid relegation. Despite the very to win the league, unfortunately making the most of set pieces, and we still got to get the bit of our rivals who we've never taken on, so there's that, I suppose. As for this, well, the board a bit more demanding now. Apparently, we've actually made the most of set pieces. I don't remember how we did this, but we did apparently. But playing possession football, high-tempo pressing football, this time actually do defensively solid football, which is actually a new thing, I think, for them. We've accepted either way. And the player and developing players using the youth system is also a thing we've been doing as well. Work with the wage budget, it's kind of hard not to do that. But they didn't want me to be competitive in the Champions League and to record a top-half finish in the league. And they want me in a few years' time to also challenge for the Cup, which, given I want to win everything now, that's got to be in my agenda. Still, the end of the season's here. We're now the 1st of June, and we've seen all the European competitions also end. So, the teams that have gone down are Raków, Częstochowa, Łódź, Chorzów, and Podbeskidzia Biała. Yeah, I'm not going to try and pronounce that name again because that's going to take me ages, but they've finally gone down, all 3 of those teams. Given that one of them starts the save as league champions and literally won the league title in the first year, still throws me off that that happens every way, but yeah, that's the thing that's happening. And let's see who's going up. Pogoń Szczecin have gone up as champions. Wisła Wrocław and Warta Poznań have both gone up. Warta Poznań had to go through the playoffs to do it, but I think it's actually their second promotion in 2 years. So there's that. But yeah, interesting times for us. And it'd be interesting to see what we can do in Europe this year. Given who's going to be in Europe and what competition it's going to be in, I think the coefficients is kind of important now to look at. Especially since, in the end, we only got a 5.4. And I think we just lost the 1 place this year, hopefully. Yeah, we lost the 1 place. Czech Republic have gone up 2 places in the end, above Scotland as well, which is a bit surprising. Unless we lost 2 places. Have we lost 2 places? I don't think we lost 2 places. No. Scotland are losing a very good year, so they've actually gone down a position. But yeah, Czech Republic again 2 places. We're going down a place as well. But at least we're still in 3rd team, which is better than nothing, I suppose. Honestly, very important we stay in 3rd team so we don't lose a position and we don't go and lose a place in how far the Champions League things go. I hadn't realised that the old system was just 15 places. Now, it takes you go down to 18. No, sorry, it's still 15 to have 2 Champions League places. So at least we've not gone down that far. But I want to avoid being in that situation where we lose a 2nd Champions League space, because I don't want to lose that at all. I saw it in the comment section last time, and I'm going to show you this here and now. We are going to look at the reputation of the clubs in the country, and we are actually only 2nd, despite the fact we just won the league. Yeah, this is a thing I think it's going to take a while to get used to. I believe, and this may just be me, that the social media followers and reputation is going to be coinciding with how long it takes for us to get to become a 3.5-star team. I don't know if this will cause us problems long term, but I think it will. Hopefully, it won't be a long-term problem for us. Still, we're here. West Ham, despite being relegated, got to the final of the Europa Conference League. Stuttgart beat them, mind you, but yeah, West Ham getting to the final of the Europa Conference League, despite the fact they were relegated. I think boss from the Premier League really shows you how strong the Premier League is, potentially, but Stuttgart beat them. There's not been a Premier League side winning the Europa Conference League in 4 years now, and in fact, I was going to say there's been 4 different countries. No, it's just 3 different countries. I got a bit too excited there. There has been 5 different countries in the last 6 years, though, so hey, at least there's that going for us. The Europa Conference League, Lazio beat Crystal Palace in the final. Crystal Palace getting to the Europa League final is probably more bizarre to me, but that may be because of recency bias on my part, but yeah, it's also the first time that an English club has not won the Europa League in 4 seasons. 5 seasons almost. Good lord, they are dominating this, and it's not even funny. Champions League final, Liverpool beat Inter. It's actually the first time in 3 years that an English side has won the Champions League. Pitchford got 15 goals. Oh my days. But yes, Liverpool win the Champions League final, and Inter almost win it for the first time in many, many years. So there's that. Oh, I think I know what the problem's going to be. If I want to complete this challenge, English teams are going to be the bane of my existence. So that is not going to be fun, but okay. At least we've got 60 million to play with. So, yeah. Also, wage budget actually went down by almost half. So, that's actually not a good thing. But either way, at least that's promising, I suppose. Either way, though, I am going to end this here. I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves. I'm going to leave you in this screen so you can see just where we are now and how far we've gotten in this save in terms of everything we have to do. But I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. I hope you guys would like and share this video and notice subscribe to the channel. It really does help me a lot. How far in the Champions League do you think we can get next year? And I'm going to go and look at the Euros because 6 of my players that I've produced are in the Poland squad for the Euros. So that's the thing we're going to do in the next video. So I know that might not be popular for some people, but it's something I have a personal interest in because of my players being part of the Poland squad. And past or present. Either way though, until next time, goodbye, and well, good night.